Hi, it's Summer and happy day one of Winterween. This is a spooky readathon that is hosted by Gabby from @_myfictionalworld on Instagram. I want to say her YouTube handle is Gabby Reads or something similar to that, but I'll make sure to link everything for her channel in the description. I think this is either my second or third time participating in this readathon. I've also participated in Winterween, I think 2 or 3 times as well, and I always look forward to it. I'm really excited to kind of kick off the year with this readathon. I'm pretty sure that her sister makes all of the like graphics and stuff, and they always turn out so cute. They're very cute but also spooky, and they usually have something to do with like a ghost. I wanted to channel all of my cute ghosties too. I also for some reason didn't wear this during October last year, so this is me finally wearing it because I love it. We're definitely having a cozy day today, a very chill day. One of our cats, Markle, just barely was at the vet for 3 nights getting treatment for some kind of like scary health condition stuff, and we finally just got him back today, and so we're just having a chill day, keeping an eye on him, just trying to like get him comfortable back at home and stuff again. I think it was pretty traumatic for him and I feel so bad, but we're so glad to have him home, and we have like a game plan for like his health for the future and stuff. We're all gonna be a bunch of homebodies this weekend, and I think it's gonna be great. The readathon goes from today the 10th to the 16th. There are a few reading prompts. So the first one is to read a book in the dark or at night, which is a classic Winterween / Summerween prompt. Second is to read a horror or a thriller. Third is to read a book with a house on the cover or in the title. 4 is to read a horror book published 5 or more years ago. And 5 is to read a novella, manga, or listen to a spooky audiobook. I have 2 books that I'm reading that are gonna fill all of these prompts. My first book is We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kleiwer, I think is how you say that. I have heard such good things about this one. I'm so excited to read it. It was on so many people's favorite books of 2024. A lot of my friends loved it, so I'm really excited to get into this one. I have been told that I need to read it with my eyeballs and not just the audiobook, because if you've been here for a minute, you know that I'm like a huge audiobook listener, and a lot of the time I'll just solely listen to them and not like physically read the book. But I think there's like puzzles or like images or something that I need to be paying attention to in this one, so I got myself a physical copy. I'm so excited to dive into this. This says on the inside flap that it's going to be a major motion picture soon, which I didn't know. That's super exciting. It's about a young queer couple who flip houses, and then one day when they're working on renovations, there's a knock at the door, and it's a man there with his family claiming to have lived there years before and asking if it would be all right if he showed his kids around. I guess as soon as these strangers enter the home, things start going really wrong. Weird things start happening. One of the kids goes missing, and also the family can't take the hint for like when they should leave. They're just like sticking around. This premise kind of reminds me of the movie The Mothers starring Jennifer Lawrence. That movie is unhinged and not for the faint of heart, but parts of that kind of remind me of the synopsis. So I feel like I'm gonna be stressed out during this, but hopefully in a good way. My other horror book that I'm going to be reading is A House at the Bottom of the Lake by Josh Mallerman. This one has been on my TBR probably since like 2016 or 17. I've been wanting to read it for a really long time, but have just never like committed to it. So I'm really excited that this readathon is giving me a reason to finally read it. This is a novella. I'm pretty sure it's about this couple who is out on this lake and they see a house at the bottom of it, and they go and investigate and creepy things happen. That's pretty much all I know about it. I'm really happy that I made 2 books fit for all of these. I want to keep my TBR really low-key so that I'm not stressed about it. There are some Instagram prompts. So for day 1 it's to post your TBR, and I have not taken a TBR picture yet, so I'll probably do that with you here in a minute. I'm not 100% sure if I will get to all of these during the readathon. I will definitely keep you updated though with the ones that I do end up posting. I think that I'm most excited to start this one, but I'm not gonna start it right away. There are a few other things that I want to get done before I like sit down with this one, because since I need to read it with my eyes, I can't like multitask. I have to like really be sitting down and just focusing on this. So I think I'm gonna start my audiobook for A House at the Bottom of the Lake while I do some junk journaling. It's my new hobby for 2025. I got sucked into junk journal TikTok, and I feel like it's like all I think about. I actually have been like junk journaling since I was like in high school, I think. I would just literally save everything, tickets, pamphlets, receipts, business cards, and I would just glue everything into my notebook or my journal so that I could remember everything that I did. It definitely wasn't as cute as junk journals that people are making now are. It was definitely more just like I need to glue it in there really quick so that I like have it and that it doesn't get lost lost and I don't forget about it, instead of like taking the time to like really make a beautiful spread about like something fun that I did. I haven't kept up with it probably since like 2018 and I've missed it, so I'm really excited to like come back to it. I've already made some junk journal friends on TikTok. I did a like journal supply swap with my new friend Heather. I just barely sent hers out the other day and I think hers is on its way to me soon. It's just such a fun little community. I'm really excited to like be doing something familiar but also kind of new. But I have a couple of spreads that I want to do today, and I also want to decorate the front of my journal with some stickers because I was waiting on a few of them from Etsy that finally got here. So I figured I would film it for this video, and then I also want to film some TikToks of it so I can post those. I think I'm also just going to be posting journal reels and stuff on my Instagram too, even though it's not like directly book related because I don't know what's happening with TikTok. I also want my Instagram to just kind of like encapsulate all of my personality and interests. So if you want to see any of that, that's where it'll be. This is my journal that I got. Of course, I got a pink one. It was, I think, like $5.99 on Amazon. I'll link it in the description just in case you're wanting like a cheap beginner notebook for junk journaling. I will say it's kind of annoying that it has lined paper instead of just like blank pages, because I feel like I need to like cover up the lines so that it looks more aesthetic, but it's a great just like cheap option. I did a little intro page that just says like when I started the journal and like has a picture of me and stuff. And then the next spread is like my Christmas spread. And then the last spread that I did was my New Year's Eve spread, where I did like my like resolutions or goals or vibes of 2025. So now I have my blank page, and the first spread that I want to do is for some sticker mail that I got. I got 3 of these adorable strawberry Kewpie stickers. I think they are so cute. They came in a pack of 3. I'm gonna put one on my junk journal, one on my Kindle, and like since I have 3, like I might put this one in the actual spread. Like, is that a waste on like a nice vinyl sticker? Like, I don't know. I just feel like I want it in my journal. It came with this really cute little thank you postcard and this really cute little freebie sticker. I don't know if I want to put this on the cover of my junk journal or if I want to put it in the spread itself. I think I'm probably going to put it on the cover because it's just too cute. This was the packaging that it came in. This really cute little paper bag with a strawberry stamp on it, and then this little strawberry stamp sticker. I am a strawberry girly, so I'm so glad they're like becoming popular in like mainstream fashion and stuff. Like even just at work, we are launching spring stuff, I think today, and all of it is strawberries, and I'm so obsessed. So I want to include all of this in a little spread because I just think it's too cute to not like save somewhere. And then the next spread that I want to do, it's a little bit unhinged, but also I'm here for it. I got Taco Bell for dinner last night and brought it home for us, and I ripped up the Taco Bell bag and saved like the order sticker and stuff. So I'm gonna make some pages dedicated to my love of Taco Bell because I love Taco Bell so much. So yeah, I'm really excited about this spread. I think it's gonna be a good one. If you also love Taco Bell, you have to tell me what your go-to order is in the comments. My favorites are the spicy potato taco. That's just a classic for me. It's my go-to. And then I also really love the Cantina crispy chicken taco. I think it's so good. The other sticker that I was waiting on got here the other day, and it's another Kewpie sticker. Look how cute it is. It's a little tatted cowboy Kewpie. I'm obsessed. It also came with this really cute freebie sticker. I will put links to the stickers that I got in the description in case you also want to go and check these artists out and get some of their stickers. They're really cute, really good quality. I'm gonna go get the rest of my journal supplies, and then I'm going to sit down and start a house at the bottom of the lake. I just finished the first journal spread that I was working on, and I also thought that I would do a quick check-in with how I'm liking the book so far because I'm a little past 40%, I think. First, I'll show you the journal pages. It's not perfect, but I think it turned out really cute though. I kind of forgot that I was gonna put this on the cover of the journal, so I just put it in here. I put one of the stickers, so I still have one left over to put on my Kindle. I made it so that this can flap open so you can like read her little note on the back. I really like it. I also this time decided to embrace some of the lines that were showing through instead of trying to cover everything up completely with cute paper. My thoughts on The House at the Bottom of the Lake are that I hate when men try to write women, but especially teenage women. The couple that we're following in this is a teenage couple. They're both 17. Both of the teens are super awkward, very self-conscious, as I'm sure almost every single teenager is, especially like in the dating scene and stuff. But it is like so annoying and painful to just have to be in their heads. So I'm glad that I'm finally past that part in the story. They're starting to kind of like chill out a little bit. Their first date is going out canoeing on this lake that I think is like part of the property that the guy's uncle owns or something. He's like, yeah, there's a second lake that's like private that no one really knows about, so we can go to this like more private lake. It'll be really fun. So they go there, and then they end up finding a little like tunnel passage to a third lake that they didn't know was there. And when they're on that lake, they see the house under the water. They decide they're gonna come back when they have scuba gear so they can go and actually explore it. The house is fully furnished, and things in the house are really odd as far as how they're behaving being submerged underwater. They're not really like acting how things that are underwater are supposed to act, as far as like floating or showing signs of damage and stuff. Also, it kind of seems like the house has a supernatural pull on these teens where they just need to go back to this house and explore it more. If I had to rate it right now, I think it'd be like a 2.5. It's fine. If the horror ends up being pretty good, I'll probably bump it up to like a 3 or 3.5. But I'll tell you what, the first bit of this book was like painful to get through. Her character is just full of false cliches, and it is just so obvious that the author is a man, and it's just annoying. I'm going to keep listening though. I'm gonna finish up my journal spread, and then I'll come back with an update. I just finished my book, and it's gonna be 2 stars. I did not enjoy that at all. I think that I would have enjoyed it more if it was about adults instead of teenagers. I think I might be too dumb for the book. Like, I don't really know or understand what it was trying to say. If it's like a metaphor for something. I kind of just felt like nothing really happened. It wasn't that scary, and I hated the relationship between the main characters. So yeah, I think it's gonna be 2 stars. I'm really glad it's a novella and not a full-length novel, because there's no way that I would have finished it. So if anything, I'm just glad to have that out of the way so that I can move on and read a better book next. I did finish my Taco Bell journal spread. I can't really show you right now because I have a little baby on me, but oh my goodness. But here's a video that I took for TikTok of how it turned out. I think it's a really like funny, like just silly kind of page, so it was fun to do. I feel like I don't really do very much. Like, I don't really go places that would be fun to journal about, so I'm trying to just like make journal pages out of kind of mundane activities in my life, because even though like getting Taco Bell is like kind of just a boring like regular thing, I love just eating Taco Bell on my couch with Travis and the cats and like watching a show. So I feel like it's worthy of a spread in my junk journal. He is just so happy right now. Everybody at the vet office said that he was very talkative while he was staying there, which means he was yelling at them the whole time. And so every time he meows today, it's like kind of raspy, like he's lost his voice a little bit. I'm honestly so tired, so I think for the rest of the night, I'm just gonna like scroll on my phone or maybe play Animal Crossing or something. So I will just check in with you all tomorrow for day 2. I'm doing my day 2 update really late in the day. It's like 11:30 at night right now. We used to live here earlier today though. I've been tandem reading it, listening to the audiobook, and then also physically reading, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm about halfway through right now. I think I already said in an earlier clip that this one is about 2 women that are flipping houses, and one night this family drops by to the house that they're renovating and says that the dad of this family used to live there and he wants to show his family around, and they end up having to stay there overnight because of some bad weather, and really weird things kind of start to happen. Also, in between all of the regular chapters, there are like files and reports, Reddit posts. Don't really seem like they're related to the main plot, but like things that are mentioned. Like at one point, the wife of this family, she has like a tattoo that has been in the process of getting removed, and so one of the in-between like chapters is about tattoo removal. So it feels kind of random and out of place, but maybe it'll come back around eventually. But for each of those in-between chapters, there's Morse code that you can like look up and decipher. So I've been doing that, and so far I have kind of a sentence, and one of the words that is in that sentence, we are now in the book, we have just come upon that word, and I'm really interested to see what it means, if it means anything. I don't know at this point if the code is just like a red herring or something, or if it's actually gonna have to do with the story. I'm having a lot of fun so far, and I'm just trying to like be along for the ride. There's some kind of interesting stuff about the Mandela effect in here, which is something that I think is fun to like read about and hear about and stuff. It's one of my favorite like conspiracy theories, and I think a lot of what is going on is not as it seems, which is my favorite. I just really caught Travis up to where I'm at, and we're gonna listen to the audiobook together, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. I feel like being a Swiftie is really coming in handy right now because I'm trying to like decipher stuff, and I'm also trying to do the thing where like Taylor capitalizes certain letters to spell out something different, and I feel like I'm trying to do that right now with one of the in-between chapters. I don't know if I need to be doing any of this, but it's really fun. I really like that this is like an interactive book. Happy day 4 of the readathon, I think. I did not feel like filming yesterday, so I just kind of skipped yesterday entirely. I haven't done any more of the Instagram prompts or anything. Let me see what today's prompt is. So the prompt today is to post your current read, which I don't own physically. I'm listening to it on audio, so I honestly might just skip that prompt too. I'll talk more about what I'm currently reading in a second. But yesterday, I finished We Used to Live Here. This 1000% lived up to the hype. I'm giving it 5 stars. Travis and I were so invested after I last updated you. We stayed up for a little bit trying to like decode things. We were talking about like theories and stuff. So he was just as invested as I was, and it was really fun. We love horror stuff. We love to watch like horror movies. We love to watch like analog horror stuff. We love to watch like horror YouTube things. So I don't know how we haven't like listened to horror books yet together. I think that's something that we need to try to do more of this year because it was really fun. So basically I spent yesterday morning finishing the book. On the weekends, Travis and I are on like opposite schedules. I'll sleep in and he'll wake up early. So by the time he comes back to bed to take a nap, it's when I'm waking up for the day. But we had like an hour where he was still awake where we listened to the book together, and then he was like, you can finish it if you want. So that's what I did. And like like I said, I literally loved it. I love when a book just like commits and just like fully does the thing that it's trying to do. It just really goes there. Talking about this is going to be so cryptic because I just don't want to spoil anything. In fact, I'm pretty sure that some of the things that I said yesterday I'm going to have to edit out. So if that clip seemed kind of choppy, that's probably why. Because some of the things that I had a problem with earlier on or that were kind of bugging me, it makes sense now that the book is over. It just felt like a movie playing in my head. I was getting so freaked out by things, having like physical reactions like I would in a horror movie. There weren't exactly like jump scares, but the eerie descriptions of things, it was just so creepy and it got so under my skin. I also loved how psychological this was. It really made you think about what could be going on. This book just did so many things that are like my favorites in both like visual horror and in written horror. Again, I can't really say because it would spoil things, but this book just did so many of my favorite things. I am just like literally obsessed. It's all I can think about. I don't think I'll be able to stop thinking about this book. There's also so much more to this book. Like there are some like Reddit pages that are mentioned within the book, and there's an actual Reddit thread by the same name that exists in real life that you can go through, and it has a lot of kind of extra content about the book. But I just love how much thought and extra attention to detail has been put into this book. I can already tell you it's going to be on my favorites list at the end of this year, and I'm so happy about it. So yeah, finished that yesterday and then didn't start anything else because I was like, how do I exist after this book? Also, there's like still like a few days left in this readathon, so I'm like, okay, what do I read next? Because I finished both of the books that were on my TBR. But I was looking on Libby today and my hold for The God of the Woods came in. I think it's by Liz Moore. So I listened to that for like an hour while I was getting ready. It is set at a summer camp in the mid 1970s, I think like 1975. The camp is owned by this kind of like prestigious wealthy company that has a problem child named Barbara that is being sent to stay at the summer camp this year, and she goes missing. It bounces around perspectives, but I think the main ones that we're following are one of the camp counselors. We're also following Barbara's bunkmate and like camp bestie, who I think is named Tracy, but she's kind of an outcast, an introvert. She doesn't really get along with everybody else at the camp. She just kind of keeps herself secluded. So it's kind of funny that her and Barbara are besties because Barbara is very outspoken. She's very like punk. She's kind of the like bad girl of camp, and she's also really popular because she's the daughter of the owners of the camp. So Barbara kind of like picked Tracy, if that's her name, kind of like picked her to be best friends with, but nobody knows what happened to Barbara. So far there's been a lot of emphasis put on if you get lost in the woods, stay where you are and yell for help. So I'm assuming that there's something that's going to be happening with her being like lost in the woods in the forest. I was wondering where the name of this book was going to come in, and it already has been kind of talked about. I guess that the god of the woods in like Greek or like some kind of ancient mythology, one of the gods is called the god of the woods, and that gets kind of brought into like one of the camp lessons or something when they're out in the woods one day. So I thought that was cool to kind of see like where the name came from. I really like the name of this book. I also love the cover. This one was on a lot of people's favorites of 2024 list. So I'm really excited to see kind of what the hype is about, to finally like read it and experience it. I was really hoping from the title that there would maybe be like some kind of paranormal twist, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I would love to be pleasantly surprised though. Anyway, that's my update for right now. It's almost time for me to leave for work though, so I'll probably end this clip here. Maybe I'll do like a clip of my outfit of the day because I work at Anthropology, so it's kind of fun. I have like motivation to like dress cute because I work kind of like in a fashion industry kind of. So maybe I'll show you my outfit of the day before I leave. Maybe I'll also try to get clips of like work too. I don't know. They also just barely let me know that I was hired on originally as a seasonal employee, and they just barely let me know that they want to keep me on as a permanent employee. So that's really cool. I really like working there, and it's also just like a really pretty place to work. I love Anthropology. So I think it'd be kind of fun to like show you where I work. I'll just try to like take some clips throughout the rest of the day.
Chorando por uma nova ferida.
I've been really bad about filming consistently for this video, but I'm like really on top of reading books this week, so I'm happy about that at least. Today is the second to last day of the readathon. It's the 15th. Turns out that I haven't done any of the other photo prompts for the week. I only did my TBR picture. It's fine though. I did end up finishing The God of the Woods yesterday. I meant to do like a 50% update and then I just didn't feel like filming one. I feel like I'm having a hard time deciding what to rate this one. After having a day to kind of like think about it, I might go with like a 3 because I didn't hate it, but it also wasn't my favorite book that I've ever read. I thought it was going to be a little bit more thriller-y, but it definitely was more just like a mystery. It almost felt like a little bit literary, which maybe that's one of the genres that it is attached to, because I feel like I've maybe heard that from people before. Under the genres on Goodreads, it does say literary fiction, and that was the vibe that it gave. This book pretty much could have been set at any time in history. It didn't really feel like historical fiction except for the lack of cell phones. If a book is going to be historical fiction, I kind of prefer there to be stronger signs of the time period. This book just kind of kept repeating like, oh, it's 1975, and that was like about it. Pretty much. I really enjoyed the setting of this being at a summer camp, but some of this is also set at like bougie rich people houses, and I do love some rich people drama. A lot of this book honestly was just sad. I really felt for a lot of these characters, and it just kind of sucked that that was the hand that they were dealt. It also just made me angry. I think overall it was wrapped up pretty well. I was satisfied with the ending, but man, it took a long time to get there. This book felt so long. Okay, well, apparently it felt long because it was literally 478 pages. Excuse me, that is a high fantasy novel. No mystery should be that long. Now that I know how long it was, I kind of can't believe that I finished it in 2 days. The pacing definitely felt slower, especially during certain perspectives, because there were quite a few perspectives, because there were literally a million characters that we were following. And I could tell that certain like reveals or plot twists weren't going to be as important or surprising if I didn't keep track of who everybody was. So that added another layer of like pressure to the book, and it kind of stopped me from enjoying it as much because I had to think really hard about like who was connected to who was responsible for certain things. And I'm just like not good at remembering character names. That was my main complaint, was just that there were too many people and perspectives that we were following. There were multiple times in the audiobook where I kind of just like zoned out for a little bit because the pacing just was really dragging for me. But also though, I enjoyed the writing style. I did enjoy multiple of the characters, but also there were just a lot of characters that didn't really feel like they served a purpose other than to be a red herring, and I kind of just feel like that's a little bit lazy. So I don't really know. Like, I had a good enough time. I don't think I would like recommend this to people, but it also wasn't terrible. Like, I'm not totally mad at it. So I feel like 3 stars is pretty good, because I definitely liked it more than A House at the Bottom of the Lake. That I'm almost considering bumping it down to a 1 star because I really did not enjoy that book. I read 3 thriller, horror, mystery books this week, so I kind of feel like I'm a little bit not burnt out, but I just want to read something else. So I do think that I'm just going to end the vlog here a day early. Also, I started editing this and it's already really long, so I don't need to add another day of footage onto this video. Thank you so much, Gabby, for hosting such a fun readathon. I loved participating in it again. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end. If you participated in the readathon, you'll have to let me know in the comments what your favorite book that you read this week was. Mine was definitely We Used to Live Here. I literally haven't stopped thinking about it. It's so good. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next one.
Appalachian sunrise.